Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a special video where I'm going to show you my cross stitch setup, and hopefully it will help you not just with sewing but maybe a few other things as well. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, hello, my name is Nick. I like to do lots of crafty things, and I've done videos in the past on diamond painting, but I recently have picked up cross stitch because it's something I've wanted to do for a while. I've been seeing people on FlossTube do all these fancy projects, like Heaven and Earth designs and mirabilias and things like that, and I really wanted to do them but just couldn't see. And I tried my reading glasses, which are the strongest you can get, but they're just rubbish. They don't do much. I tried doing it under my CCTV, like my video magnifier. I've got a big Vizio thing. But that's pretty rubbish. But now I finally come up with something that works. So while I can't promise to give you any cross stitch tips because I'm really new and not very good at it, hopefully I can show you how I've got it all set up in the living room. And even if you don't like the way I've done it, maybe it will give you inspiration of how to do it yourself. You can just modify it to suit you, and hopefully you can see well enough to stitch. So I'm going to take you now to my stitchy spot and I will show you how I've got things set up. Okay, please excuse the mess and the random hoover in the background and the sofa that doesn't go with anything, but this is where I sit now. This is how I've got it set up. Work's just lying there because, just ready to pick up. Now the magic is I've got one of these stands, and I put my iPad. I'm lucky enough to have two iPads. I've got a big iPad Pro which goes in this one, and I've got my old smaller iPad, I think it's an Air 2, that goes in there and that has my pattern on it. Now I know not everyone's going to have two iPads, which is where you might want to adapt it yourself and change it. Oh bloody hell, there's biscuit crumbs on the floor. I have a baby, she makes crumbs. Ignore the crumbs. Basically, I think it works really well with my iPad, because when I stitch, I put it in this stand and I use the camera on the iPad and have it zoomed in, and that works really well, as I will show you. I'm going to show you in a minute what it looks like when I stitch. I'm going to stick it in there. Now this stand, I got it from Amazon. This brand is a Tyrone. I've got thread hanging off of it, so yeah, just ignore that. This is a Tyrone brand and it fits. This one will fit iPad Pro, it will fit normal iPad. I don't think it'll get a phone, but you can get things in various sizes. And what it is, it's got this big fat, really stiff gooseneck which you can adjust, and then it's got these two arms on a spring. So you can put your pad in there and it will hold it in. Now, the end of it goes down to my table, which I've got next to my sofa, and it clamps on. It's really easy to do. It's just a case of twisting it on. Wonder if this will tell me. Yeah, it just says on here, brand Tyrone, name, tablet mount, and it's universal apparently. Oh, and I'm sure you can put other brands of tablet in here as well. It doesn't have to be an iPad, but that's just what I have because I find they're really good. If you can't see that well, if you're a blindie like me, and yeah, it's just really good, very usable. Now this monstrosity here, coming off of this stand, is something that my other half has made me because I'm going to buy a second stand to hold the second iPad. But right now he's just made me something with an old lamp and cable ties to tie it to the Tyrone stand and duct tape to tape on the pad. So yes, it's a bit of a bodge, but it works. Now, when we sit in the stitchy spot, sorry I can't zoom out anymore, I've got the big iPad in front of me, I've got my pattern which I'm going to show you next to me, and then on my little table I've got things like an ort jar, ta-da! Highlighters, needle threader, sorry I've got loads of crumbs, I'm really messy, and all my floss and everything in there. Now, my pattern. You've got several options. I'm using Heaven and Earth Design, and I bought it as a PDF. Now, I've opened the PDF on an application called Goodreader, and as you can see, it's massive. I'll try and zoom out. You might hear my daughter crying. I think she's waking up, so I might have to go. Now, I know I'm not meant to show you the pattern, but it's only a page, well, a bit of a page. You're not going to be able to do very much. Now, with this Goodreader, if you open up the PDF in this app, there are lots of tutorials about it online. You can highlight what you've done, like all the things in red, they're all symbols that I've done. The ones in yellow are, apart from that one, which I didn't mean to highlight, there's number 4 there, there are ones that I'm going to do. So I start off highlighting it in yellow, and then when it's done, I highlight it in red. And because you can zoom in and make it pretty much as big as you want, you know, you can have it absolutely huge, which is what I like. And so you can see stitching on one side, pattern on the other, and it works really, really well. No straining your eyes, it's brilliant. So now I'm going to put my big iPad in my stand. Like I said, you don't have to have 2, you know, expensive iPads. I know they're a lot of money. You can pick them up secondhand, really, really cheap. And if you've got a member of the family who's into their techie things, they've probably got an old model that they might sell you cheap, or they might just give it to you if they're, you know, decent enough. So this is going to help you see. But yeah, just get an old model, go to CEX or something, or go into an Apple shop and have a play, or go into PC World and have a play and see if it works for you. Now, I'm just going to put this in the stand and I will be back. One thing that you can do, since I know it's pretty mad to have 2 iPads and the vast majority of us are only going to have one thing you can do with the pattern, well, you can use one iPad to, you know, use your camera with and do your stitching. Yeah, really. And the other, you can have your pattern attached to the iPad. This is what I've done. Quiet you. I've just used a little pink clip. And yes, I know I'm not meant to be showing the pattern, but like I said, you know, you're not going to be able to do very much from a bit of a page. And then I've used a highlighter and just marked off as I've gone. For me, this wasn't big enough, which is why I had the pattern on the second iPad. But I know for a lot of people it will be, and I know if you're buying from Heaven and Earth Designs, you can request things in an extra large format, because with them you can either get a PDF and print it yourself, or just use a PDF, or they can post it to you as well. I don't really know about many other places since I'm still new to everything, but yes, that's definitely one way you can have the pattern. And probably what I would do if I could see it better, I would just clip it on the side, and then you've still got plenty of room to see as well. Okay, right, now I've got the iPad in the stand. My daughter is up out of bed, so she'll be offering her expert advice. Yeah, expert advice throughout. And so, you are seeing exactly what I am seeing. Yes, Sakura. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to, say, thread a needle. So I've got my needle threader here. Just put it on camera and just do the whole pinch and zoom up. Well, zoom in, and everything will be super big, super easy to see. And I'm just going to, this probably won't work now. No, I actually want to do it on camera. There we go. So we're going to whack the needle on there. Bearing in mind, I'm sure everyone else can do this a lot quicker than I can. I'm slow. Put your fingers behind it if you want it to focus, otherwise it might just focus on the floor behind you. And then just whack it in. Ignore my slippers, by the way. And there we go. Take it off. Et voila, a threaded needle. Oh, you're right, Baba. You okay, Baba? So yeah, as you can see, it's massive. It's massive. It's easy to see. You can almost bring it closer, but I mean, you know, so much easier than trying to do it, you know, just just by eye. I'm going to show you my work as well and show you how easy that is to stitch on. This is my work so far. Now, unfortunately, the colours I've started with are the same colours as the material with the Ada, which is kind of annoying, but you can still see everything really well. You can see how sort of messy my stitching is. Now, also, you might notice that my fabric, this is 14 count Ada by the way, is gridded. I haven't done that myself, that's just my needle minder. You can buy them pre-gridded. It's called Easy Count or Magic Guide, depending on where you shop, and it's basically 10 by 10 blocks, which help you follow the pattern, which is a really good idea. And when you're done, you can soak it in warm water or put it in the wash and they'll come right out, which is great. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty easy to see. This is just with the main light on, which isn't that bright. I would usually have the floor standing light behind me on, but when I put that on for video, for some reason I just get an annoying flicker, but you shouldn't get the flicker when you've got the camera on. I can't remember what else I mentioned. This is the second time I filmed this bit, because the first time when I done it I managed to film in slow-mo without realising it. Thank God I watched it back, otherwise it might come out a little bit weird. But yeah, that's that really. I can't remember what the next part was, to be honest. We'll soon see. We'll soon see. Here is the next part. Okay, what I quickly wanted to show you before I go is basically, if you are stitching and you're using the camera, if you're like me, you're in the living room, TV's on, but you can't see it anyway, so you want to watch your own videos right in front of you. So, if you are like me and you like to watch YouTube videos, you might have noticed that when you come out of YouTube, the videos don't work. They will stop. But if you go to a website called DuckDuckGo, literally just DuckDuckGo, well it says Inc, but I think it is just a .com, but just search for it. You can, so search for something, I've just put in things, I don't know what's going to come up. It's like Google pretty much, it's a search engine. And if you go up the top and go to videos, you will see videos on YouTube. Now, I don't know, let's just go into anything. This one about an iPad. If you play the video, it will be playing it in its own video player, not YouTube's, which means that you see this little symbol up here in the corner. If you tap that, come on, work. There we go. You will have a video up in the corner. You see it's up there playing. And when you come out and press your home button, it will still be there. And when you go into your camera, or your pattern, or whatever, it will still be there. And you can pinch and zoom to change the size. So you can have it teeny tiny, or you can have it really big. You can move it about the screen. And what I like to do is just play, you can play anything on YouTube. You can play, you know, floss tube to watch other people talk about their stitching. Sorry about my hands. But you can watch anything, type in the name of a show, you'll be able to find it. Everything's there. So that's what I like to do while I'm stitching. You can just have, you know, be stitching behind there on your camera and just have a video going. And it'll be right in front of you. Well, hey. And then when you're done, sorry, this doesn't work because I'm not lined up. There we go. You just press the cross and get rid of it. And it's gone. Okay, and that's it. I hope that's been helpful to, you know, at least someone. So basically it's just a case of having things on stands in front of you. I know it seems a bit, you know, ludicrous to have two iPads on the go, but like I said, most people have one, especially if you are VI, because they're so freaking good. They're really good for zooming in. Oh, in case you don't know and you have an iPad, you can set up an additional zoom where you you double tap with 3 fingers and it will zoom in even closer. That's a really good thing. Also, just go, if you have an iPad and you're not really sure what to do with it, just go into an Apple shop and ask them. They should be able to set it up for you, you know, to help you and explain things. They are really good in there, and the products are expensive enough, so you might as well abuse the staff and get some tips off them. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of iPads that are second hand. You could probably do it with a phone, but it might be a bit small. I'm sure you can also use Android, Samsung tablets too. But I just think the whole having something on a stand in front of you is just really, really good. There's so many people like I was who just really want to do something and can't because you can't see it. And that's rubbish. We should all be able to just craft and not let our eyesight hold us back. So yeah, like I said, I really hope this has helped someone. Please drop a comment down below. Tell me about other things that help you, because then other people can read what you're doing as well, and we can all share ideas of how we can see things easier. But yes, I hope it helped, and I will see you again in my next video, hopefully. So yeah, I'm sure there's something I've forgotten. I got that feeling. I'm going to check and see if there's anything I've forgotten. I'm going to consult my notepad. Hang on. Nope, that was it. I managed to cover everything. The only thing that I really would like to stress is just how important it is to just ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. If you're not sure what to do, if you want some help doing something, just ask someone. Don't wait for them, because otherwise, they're not going to know. They're not psychic. Also, just go into shops, go into PC World, Apple Store, try things out. Fiddle about with the camera, see if you reckon you'll be able to see under that, under it, and see if it's good enough for you. And just have a play about and see what works for you. But that's it really. I just wanted to share that bit of a quick video. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any ideas about what you do. So yeah, awesome. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.